America is increasingly the land of the fees, but some fees make more sense than others. Now, bottomless brunch goers have gotten so out of hand that some California restaurants are now instituting a fine on customers who get too drunk and throw up as a result of getting too drunk. I think this makes a lot of sense, but let me give you the details. You might disagree. Now, since the pandemic, brunch spots are finding that diners, often ones in their early to mid 20s, are drinking too much and they end up vomiting in the bathrooms or sometimes even on the tables, making a big mess. Now, staff unfortunately are burdened with cleaning up the mess, which is why more and more of these restaurants are actually taking a stand. At Kitchen Story, an Oakland restaurant known for its Asian-influenced daily brunch menu and brown sugar glazed millionaire's bacon, a posted sign warns mimosa lovers to please drink responsibly and know your limits. The restaurant said it would add $50 automatically to the tab of anyone who vomits in a public area to cover cleaning costs. You know, I actually would prefer forcing the customer to clean it up.
Yeah, but
clean it up.
Yeah, I hear you, but that is probably less likely. I'm not sure you have the state authority to make them clean up their mess. But I'm 100% in favor of this. Look, some folks want to get rid of the bottomless mimosas or brunches or drinks. Nah, don't do that.
Don't get rid of that.
Yeah, don't take away our freedom and our fun, but natural consequences for anyone who abuses it.
You know what, actually, look. Implementing a fee toward those who don't know how to drink responsibly, I prefer over punishing the rest of society by banning these brunches. And by the way, I didn't know this. A bunch of states have banned like bottomless mimosa brunches.
No, you got a rosé all day.
You got a rosé all day. Look, I don't often rosé all day, but the few times that I have, I'm asleep by 5 p.m. Okay, and I enjoy it. I mean, I'm into it. Okay, let me give you more details. So the Kitchen Story co-owner said that the sign indicating that there will be a fee helped. He can't recall having to actually charge any customers for the cleanup fee, but before the sign, it was a big problem. So a similar fee is in place at Home Plate in San Francisco, which offers $22 bottomless mimosas. There are, however, some caveats. So it's only good for a seating of 1 hour and 15 minutes, and customers will pay $50 for any incident stemming from their intoxication, according to a note on the menu. The owner, his name is Tarut Boone, says that the restaurant has actually shortened the time window over the years. It started off with 2 hours when they first introduced the special in 2010, but then they realized, some Americans are unruly and they don't know how to hold their liquor, so they later knocked it down to 1.5 hours, and more recently to just 75 minutes. That and the $50 fee seem to have cut down on some sloppy drinkers, or at least made them more conscientious of their behavior. It's better, but every other week we get somebody throwing up or vomiting. Now they go outside. Nice.
Yeah, look, it happens, but if you screwed up and you couldn't hold your liquor and you threw up all over the place, yeah, brother, that one's on you. And so I don't. Is anybody complaining about this fee? Because this is literally because normally we hate fees, right? Especially when the government does it, it's a way of like taxing the poor and the working class, the middle class.
Usually regressive, yeah.
Yeah, very regressive. But if you went to a nice brunch and you had too many mimosas and you threw up all over the place, yeah, brother, they gotta charge you the $50.
Like service workers in America are just abused, okay? Especially when it comes to the restaurant industry, where this isn't the case in California. In California, laws were passed to ensure that service workers, including servers, have to get paid what the state's minimum wage is. So the state's minimum wage is actually pretty good. And you can't pay them like a fraction of it because they get tips. However, in other states, they don't make the minimum wage. They make far less than that. Because of the National Restaurant Association and how they fought tooth and nail to keep those wages even lower than the minimum wage, and they're supposed to make up the difference with their tips. So there's that. There's the fact that a lot of these restaurants right now are understaffed, and the workers that remain are dealing with a heavier burden of work. The idea that they need to clean up people's vomit is it's egregious to me, and they shouldn't have to deal with that. And so I like that this fee has so far, it appears, served as a deterrent. And just to give you some more information about the states that have banned brunches with like bottomless drinks, there are 24 states, including Texas, Virginia, and Pennsylvania, which prohibit restaurants and bars from offering unlimited drinks for a set price or time. Still, the enforcement is pretty spotty, and some eateries have found like loopholes and workarounds. Unsurprisingly, a lot of restaurant staffers dread bottomless brunches. On Reddit, a thread for venting waitstaff titled "Bottomless Mimosas Can Go to Hell" documented stories of bubbly fueled nightmare patrons who squat at tables for hours. On other anonymous forums, servers admit to watering down the drinks of imbibers, swapping in sparkling water for wine. I don't.
That's not cool.
That's not okay.
No,
you can't do that. You got to give people what they pay for. You can't do false advertising. I'd be very upset if that happened. Just cut them off. If they're getting too drunk, I think you have the right to cut them off. One server wrote in one of these forums, "People get so messy with bottomless drinks, especially early 20s kids and the dreaded mimosa moms." So it's not just young people, it's also the mimosa moms.
That's a devastating title, a mimosa mom. Okay, if you're out there, I feel you. I mean, like, yeah, I get it, man. Being a mom is tough, and every once in a while, you gotta be a mimosa mom. But look, this one's a no-brainer. Charge them. It is what it is. Don't cut them off. Don't give them, not like, I don't mean don't cut them off if they're out of control. Yeah, you can cut them off then, but don't put, I don't love the time limits. Don't empty their drinks and put in other stuff in there, etc. Don't end the bottomless brunches. Hashtag freedom, hashtag America, hashtag rose all day, but hashtag clean up your own goddamn vomit.
Totally, or pay a fee. And by the way, rideshare companies like Uber have kind of been on the forefront of these types of fees, which I think make a lot of sense. If you're working for a rideshare company and you have some of the riders vomiting in your vehicle and you have to pay for it, you have to basically pay for it by cleaning it up. No, you should be able to charge a fee, and that's what Uber and Lyft have done, charging fees ranging from $40 to $150. I guess it depends on how bad the damage is, so.
Thanks for watching the video, guys. We also love it if you hit the join button below, because that makes you a member, and members allow us to be independent, honest. We can be as progressive as we want, no corporate media influence, and that's all because of you guys. We love doing the show with our members. Hit the join button, become one of the Young Turks.